Hello and welcome to this week's Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of May 23rd, 2019. I'm Brandon Zech.
I'm William Sarradet.
And we have a funky little list for y'all today. We were putting this together. It has geographic diversity. It has some weird, unexpected things. And we're going to jump right into it. So number 5 on our list is called Not So Lone Star Studios, a gathering of Texas makers. This show is at the UTEP UT El Paso Rubin Center in a project space. It opened earlier this month and it closes in August. It's a collection of 37 artists who are contemporary jewelry and metalsmith makers. So the show's kind of loosely curated. It was on view last year in September at the Brookhaven College near Dallas. And I really like some of these pieces that are in the show just because it kind of plays with the area between craft and art and functionality and design and jewelry. And I always like things that are just kind of way too absurd to actually wear or actually, be anything more than a fashion statement. And the pieces in this show really flirt that line, and there's just such a broad array of artists.
And number 4 on our list is a 2-person exhibit at Mass Gallery in Austin. It's Alex Robinson and Michael Kellner, A Little Accident Like Any Other. This is a collaborative show of a mail art project that has been taking place between Robinson and Kellner since 2015 called Checks and Balances. The work consists of mail artworks that feature a handwritten letter on one side and drawings on the other side. These are sort of explorations of the duality of these artists' lives being academic professionals and otherwise just parents and civilians living their everyday lives.
The best part about a project like this is I feel like even though you're kind of going with an intent of making it a mail art project, once you get into it, it's just correspondence and it's just friends talking to one another. So you kind of get an unabashed rawness that you wouldn't get in a stereotypical quote art project. Number 3 this week is at the Houston Center for Photography. It's a show of works by Cristina Velasquez called El Nuevo Mundo, The New World. Cristina Velasquez won HCP's Carol Crow Fellowship. This is a fellowship. It was established in '98. It comes with an honorarium and a show at HCP. Cristina Velasquez is a native of Colombia, and the pieces deal with immigration and labor and kind of all the hidden aspects of all of that work that Latinos and Latin American people do. I really like the work because it doesn't come from a photojournalistic standpoint, but it instead is a little abstracted. It's also the message is placated a little bit with bright colors, but it turns them into kind of like mysterious tableaus, and it's not just showing people working, which I think is a really successful way to communicate this message. This show opened earlier this month in May, and it's going to be up through July. It's always great to see the kind of shows that come out of these fellowships, and HCP keeps doing it.
And number 2 on our list is yet another collaborative exhibition between Rachel Wolfson-Smith and Edison Piñafiel. It's called Reenactments of a Perpetual Cycle at 100 West in Corsicana. This is an interesting show featuring really large-scale landscape drawings by Rachel Wolfson-Smith and a more multimedia immersive installation scenario by Edison Piñafiel. This is their first collaborative exhibition, and it's interesting that it takes place at a residency an hour south of Dallas.
So if you don't know what 100 West Corsicana is, it's an hour outside of Dallas, and then it's this beautiful, amazing, old Oddfellows Lodge that was turned into artist studios and writer studios. So it kind of breeds these hybrid exhibition collaboration type things that are like almost one-off instances, but kind of, breeds future relationships between artists.
This show opens Saturday, May 25th from 3 to 6 p.m. That's a little bit earlier than your standard Dallas art viewing on a Saturday evening, but it's great because you have extra time to drive home and see what's going on in Dallas.
And the show will be up through August 15th also. So if you can't make it down for the opening, there's still going to be time to see it over the long Texas summer. And number 1 this week is Words Matter, Latin American Art and Language at the Blanton Museum of Art in Austin. We actually just published a piece earlier this week about this exhibition. It closes on Sunday, Sunday, May 26th. So we wanted to make sure to include this before it closes because it is a really important show, and if you haven't been to see it, it is worth the trip. A lot of the pieces in this exhibition are from the Blanton's collection. It's an amazing collection of Latin American art. The pieces range in dates and they range in subjects, but kind of the unifying factor is they all have texts or words or, it's all language based in some way, shape, or form. And as the review that we ran earlier this week kind of points out, while some of these works, are earlier than our contemporary moment, or while they maybe weren't made in the US, they are addressing very relevant topics: immigration, migration, how Latino bodies are treated in the world. Again, very relevant topics as to all of the conversations happening right here and now. So see the show before it closes. You have until Sunday. It's your last chance.